Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to Star's Train of Thoughts podcast, where we openly talk about stories and experiences about the random messes and realities of life. If you're looking for ways to equip yourself and basically survive this life, you're in the right place. I'm Star Encarnation, your host. Hello, guys, and welcome to another podcast episode. After a week of struggling with this mental health issues that I've been dealing with, if ever you've listened to the previous podcast, you know what I'm dealing with. Actually, just for today, I've been feeling uplifted, excited. I feel passionate again about things. So I just decided to do a getting to know episode, and I've searched online and I encountered this 101 fun and interesting facts you can say about yourself, a way of introducing yourself. So I just wanted to do this bonus episode. I just chose a few questions and I think I just narrowed it down with 40 questions. Get to know me personally with this episode. So for the first one, we'll do the like facts. I have chosen 5 questions with this and we're just going to talk about what are the things that I like. So the first question is, my favorite cuisine is blank, especially blank. So for my closest friends, they know that I really love Indian cuisine or anything that's full of spices like Malaysian food or Singaporean food, Indian food, Pakistani food, whatever it is, I love that. Especially with the roti bread and you kind of dip it into hummus or any kind of dip. That's my favorite one. That's actually what I consider to be a comfort food. And if we're going deep into the track of Indian cuisine, I really love naan bread and paratha bread, but I'd love it with the cheese inside. If I'm going to look into the best rest day, I'd book a food panda and order in an Indian food near our house and just order butter chicken or biryani chicken and then just add on some paratha, cheese paratha or butter naan or cheese naan and just oh my gosh, my mouth is watering right now and that's the best comfort food or my favorite cuisine is. So yeah, okay, let's move on to the next fact because my mouth is watering and I'm recording right now. It's 12 midnight and I'm kind of hungry, so let's move on to the next topic. Second one is I have seen blank movie blank number of times. For this one, I guess I would say I have seen How I Met Your Mother like more than 10 times already. It's just my go-to background movie or series when I do something in my room or when I go to sleep. I just play it in the background and it helps me to sleep. So it's one of my favorite series and I've seen it a couple of times. Number three, my non alcoholic drink of choice is it's definitely coffee. Number four, my alcoholic drink of choice is if I'm picturing out a day of just chilling and just doing nothing and just watching a movie, I would say my favorite go to alcoholic drink of choice to just relax myself is Jack Daniels Honey. Next question or the next fact is I mostly listen to blank music. Before, like 5 years ago, I would certainly say it would be techno or house music, but recently I'm mostly into Christian or worship music. So that's it for the top 5 liked facts. And let's move on to the dislike facts. So the first question is, or the first fact that we're going to talk about is I'm allergic to blank. I'd say I think I'm allergic to dust or too much pepper. It leads me to having a lot of sneezes and runny noses and sometimes watery eyes. So I don't know what's gotten into me to have this kind of allergy. It's been like this for a few months already, so I just have my emergency nasal spray to help me with it because sometimes my eyes would get so puffy and my nose would not stop from having a runny nose. Number two, or the next fact, I'm most scared of blank. Hmm, what am I scared of? I would probably say it's not a situation, but I'm mostly scared of snakes. I don't like snakes. Yeah, that's it. Next is people who blank behavior or trait really annoys me. I think my top thing or the thing that I'm probably mostly annoyed about people is when they have this certain attitude or kanang naa sila angas when it comes to power. Like I hate people who abuse their use of power or who uses authoritative power, the old kind of leadership. That annoys me. So I really don't like people who uses authoritarian kind of leadership, people who abuse their title or their power. It really annoys me. Next is the word that most irritates me is I'm really not sure with what word that most irritates me, but I think what irritates me is when people mispronounce the letters. Like when they have their own way of pronouncing the letters. I don't want to give out any example. That's just it. Then the final thing for the dislike facts. The most stressful thing for me is blank. I think the most stressful thing for me is when there are arguments. I really hate that. That's my peeve. I don't like people arguing. It stresses me out. I've actually chose less than 5 questions per area, but between the talent facts and the travel facts, I've just chosen 3 questions or 3 statements for the talent facts and 7 for the travel facts because I mostly travel and I don't have any talents. So for the talent facts, number 1, I once blank. I'm really not sure, but I once, for the first time ever, okay, I'll share this one. I once auditioned for our church's music or worship team. So that was actually unusual for me or something out of the ordinary, and I'm proud to have done that without any push from my peers. And yeah, I'm actually an intern. I haven't had served yet, but yeah, that's one of the facts that I did, and I'm proud of that. I'm not saying that I'm a good singer, but I love to worship God through singing and through, worship songs, singing worship songs. And then the next one, I can blank something that is unusual that you can do with your body. I don't know. Siguro I think it's a talent that I don't panic easily. But when you know that I'm having a panic attack, severe na yun. Kasi I don't easily get panic. But when I panic, yeah, that's severe. Number 3, I blank better than most people. It's somehow connected with the previous statement. I blank better. Siguro I'll answer this with I don't panic better. I'm calm or I'm gentle than most people. I don't easily panic. I don't easily stress out. That's just the talent facts for me. For the travel facts, number 1, I have visited blank countries in my life. Countries. I think it's more or less 5 countries: Philippines, Cambodia, Thailand, Indonesia, Singapore. Oh, Malaysia. So it's more than 5. Hong Kong. Yeah, it's more than 5, but it's less than 10 countries. Number 2, my favorite country so far is it's neck and neck with Indonesia. No, it's not neck and neck, but my top 3 would be, oh no, oh my gosh, I have a lot of favorites. My favorite country so far is Thailand or Indonesia. But I'd love to share that I also love Cambodia, how chill and how safe and how cool the place is. And it's cheap. I love it. Number 3, I first traveled solo when I was 28 years old. Number 4, the scariest moment of my travel was when this would be, I think, when I visited Sikihor. Like, the place scares me. There were limited lights during the night, and there were limited transportation during the night. Or when I had to eat dinner, I walked like 20 minutes. in the dark and just look for a place to eat. Yeah, of course, I have to have dinner, and I'm not familiar with the place. So it's one of the most remote places I've ever been to. But during the day, it's one of my favorite. They have the best beaches, they have the best falls. I love the place. So, yeah. Number five, the most amazing place I've ever been is blank because it blank. Certainly have to say the most amazing place I've ever been is Boracay because it spoke to me. It literally spoke to me. The experience, the scenery, the view, the overall experience that I had with it. It's definitely the most amazing place, especially after the rehabilitation of the place. It's not that crowded, and the experience that I had with it, it's much safer and it's life changing. Number six, I love travel so much because blank. Because it changes me every time. It transforms me. And I get to experience life's greatness, God's greatness. I get to see God's creation, and it helps me to process a lot of things inside me, a lot of my struggles with the help of travel. Yeah. Number seven, the one thing I always take on my travels is my books, I guess. It's given me a lot of time to read, and camera or my phone. International, I would say passport and cash. Yeah, that's it. Let's go to family and friend facts. It's just six statements. The first one under the family facts, I am the blank child in my family. Okay, for those who know me, they know that I'm the youngest child in my family, but we have this adopted brother, which ended up being the youngest in the family. So I have two older siblings and the adopted brother younger than me. Yeah, so we are four in the family, four children in the family. Number two, my fondest childhood memory with the family is it's gonna be travel, always travel. Number three, when I was blank, I blank. When I was, I think, I don't actually remember my age, but one funny story about my childhood, our family would remind me most of the time that when I saw an animal in the street when we were traveling, I thought, wow, elephant. And then our family laughed because it's actually carabao. So that's one funny memory for me because they always bring it up when they talk about my childhood. So it's one of their favorite stories of me. So yeah, that's it. Friend facts number one, my friends would describe me as blank. I would say strong. Recently, my friends would tell me that I'm strong. Yeah. Number two, in my group of friends, I'm considered the blank one. Basically, before they would consider me as the most sensitive one and the sapoton one. I easily get annoyed with my friends. Then sometimes I would not talk to them for a matter of days. Ingana ko kasapoton. So I'm just sorry, guys. But thankfully, I'm grateful to God that I have not been that way ever since. Yeah. Number three, my friends and I most often talk about blank. My closest friends and I, we talk mostly about the recent issues. My top two closest friends, Camila and Neil, we talk about like politics and what's happening with our country right now. And sometimes I suggest this. We talk about how to improve ourselves or what do we want to improve ourselves. The SWOT, quote unquote, SWOT analysis. Hello, Camila. So yeah, that's just what we most talk often about. But recently we've been doing like games, question and answers, trying to get to know each other better and stuff like that. Like issues about what do we want to or what have we discovered during the quarantine and anything under adulting. We're now down to the last 13 questions. Four of which is under education and work facts. So let's get right to it. Number one, my favorite subject at school during college was everything about optometry. Yeah, and during my post grad masters, my favorite subject would be human resources and marketing. And now I'm undergoing PhD, so I think my favorite subject would be global management because we were given a chance to travel and we went to Singapore. Yeah. Number two, my dream job is I think my dream job is to be a travel blogger. Number three, when I was a child, I wanted to be blank when I grew up. I think I just wanted to be a business person, like an owner of a business. Number four, the thing I like most about my job is blank. My favorite thing about my job is about having to own my time. Like I own my time and I get to be my own boss. So the final nine facts would be under random but interesting facts. So number one, the famous person who inspires me most is siguro I'll go with the people that I listen to with their content. With YouTube, I get inspired by Nate Punzalan and Janina Vela. And also Hannah Kathleen Pangilinan. And Steve Furtick. Yeah, that's it. Those are the people that I get inspired most. Number two, the most embarrassing thing to ever happen to me was blank. I literally cannot remember the most embarrassing thing to ever happen to me. I'm just gonna skip that one. Number three, I collect blank. I collect memories. I collect books. I collect pictures. Yeah. Number four, my guilty pleasure is this is so broad. This is so general. I think when it comes to food, my guilty pleasure would be fries. But of course, it's what contributed to my gallstone. So yeah, it remained to be a guilty pleasure, but I try not to eat it anymore. Guilty pleasure about life, in general, it would be I think it would be travel. Like it's my guilty pleasure. Number five, the achievement I am most proud of is having an award after graduating college was an achievement that I am proud of, but the most recent one is that I used my own money to support myself with my master's degree. So I used my own salary and my own allowances with the tuition and everything that I needed to pay for that school. So that's the thing that I'm most proud of. And also doing solo travel pala. Yeah, that's it. Number six, I have blank tattoos and blank piercings. As of the moment, my piercings, I just have three. One on each ear and one on my belly. And for tattoos, as of the moment, I have one, two, three, wait. One, two, three, four, five. I have six tattoos in total. And I hope to get one soon. Number seven, if I had 1 hour to live, I'd spend it with my loved ones, of course. Number eight, I would most like to learn how to speak in front of the camera without any pauses. That's it. And the last fact, interesting fact, the thing I love most about me is my newfound relationship with God. I couldn't have chosen a better ending. That's the top, I don't know, 40 questions or facts, interesting facts that you now know about me. So that's it. I hope you enjoy this podcast, this bonus podcast episode. And thank you for listening. I'm going to hit the sack. Good night. Bye.